extend that visual lighting effect around the side of the house. But I think at least doing that second peak would be nice. And then if you didn't want to do the uplighting and kind of round it out, then this is where maybe you just throw a couple of path and garden lights in this area just to kind of create some light. But I think to keep the theme consistent, 1 or 2 uplights along the side would look really good. And
hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with some more great landscape lighting tips. To learn more about landscape lighting, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca, or if you want to see what a real quality landscape light should look like, go and check out our Try It Before You Buy It offer, where you can get a premium quality fixture at a discounted rate with your very own battery pack, so you can go and test out how that light's going to look and feel what a real premium quality light should look like. So go and check us out at lightingdoctor.ca, or go watch more videos on YouTube just by searching for the Lighting Doctor.
hey, Ben and Jenny, thanks for your email. Thanks for your pictures. Yeah, I'd love to give you a couple ideas of some things that you could do to kind of light up the property a little bit. And pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I like your design. I like a lot of the rock work and stuff. And I think with just a few uplights and maybe a few path lights, you could do a really good job. I will focus a lot more on uplights because I just think you get so much more bang for your buck. They're more cost effective. They last longer, all that kind of stuff. But what I would do on yours, and it really depends whether you want to put any path lighting and stuff in this area. I'll kind of leave that to you if you were. I mean, this probably gives off a fair bit of light in this area, so I almost might just leave this alone and do a little bit more on the front. And what I would do is with the uplight that I just showed you, so this guy here, it'd be the right intensity and everything for your house, but what I would do is I'd probably have one of those kind of right here, fairly close to the house. The biggest mistake I see people make when adding landscape lighting to their house and stuff is they'll bring it back too far and shine it at the house, and what that does is just creates a very flat light. Whereas if you can get it a little bit closer, maybe like 12 to 18 inches back, and having it shine more upright, you're going to really you're going to wash the stonework here and really make that stand out. The white trim always stands out because lighter colors reflect the light a lot more, so it really makes that pop. And then by doing that too, you're also going to catch some of the flag here as well. So I would have one of those kind of on each side of the window, and then I would do the same thing over on this side. And then from there, if you wanted to get a little bit of extra lighting on the pathway, what I would do is I would just stagger those path lights kind of in between where you have the accent lights. So for example, if you have an uplight here and here, I might throw a path light here. I might kind of throw one on the corner. I might throw another one kind of under the window, and then I might round out another one on the side. So really you're only using like 4 path lights, because you will get some reflective light also off of the house. And I did want to show you, I'm just on my other screen here getting an image to show you a gutter mount, and where I might use that is actually lighting the second peak that you have here. So one thing I really like doing, especially when you have a nice peak like this, is actually mounting a light, one of those uplights right here, and have it shining up so it catches this peak. And it's actually quite easy to do with this gutter mount, because these just fit nicely in the gutter. We have these on our website, and then the fixture screws into there. Because all the connections that we use are waterproof, you can run everything right in your gutter, and you can actually just run it right either behind or right up inside the downspout and across, mount your light, and then have that second story peak lit up. So that's what I would do there. I think that would look really nice. And then you could do that same theme over here with that gutter mount, where you have a light mounted here. Same thing, just run up here, run it across, mount your light, and have it shining here. And again, the key is you want to have it shining more upright. And with any of your lights, whether it be on a tree or whatever, that's one tip that I learned very early on, is you almost always want to angle those lights more upright than you do at a feature, depending on what you're doing, but 90% of the time, that's a good rule of thumb. So here I would have that shining upright more. I often get asked, is it going to be too much light in the window? And rarely do I find that that's the case, but it would really make the peaks of your house stand out, which would be nice. And you could also, if you were bold enough, you could also do the same thing over here and light this peak, and then you'd have a real nice balance of those second peak lights. So anyway, I would definitely do that on this in this section here. I mean, the one thing I would want to do for sure is try and highlight kind of the front porch and the pillars. It's something I always love doing, because by lighting them, especially when you have the white columns and the nice brickwork, it really highlights them. That light hits the top and almost creates like this lit archway, and it's almost like as if you've put some subtle soffit lights across the front of the porchway, but you haven't had to spend the money to do that, because you're just kind of taking advantage of what you already have. So with that same uplight, I would have that kind of at the base of these 3 columns here that light up those areas. The only thing I will mention, I think there's a good picture here, is for this light and the light I'm going to recommend over here, you may want to add something called a hex baffle. What a hex baffle is it's just this little honeycomb shaped filter, and basically what it does, it just fits over the lens of that light, so that kind of underneath here, this part comes off and it goes underneath, and it helps deflect any side glare. And you can just add that to your lights too, or I mean, we can always help you customize a kit as well. But what that does is, now as you're walking in and out, you don't have that light kind of shining sideways in your eye. It's really going to just be focused more on these 3 pillars here. The nice thing about this light here is you're also going to catch a little bit of this. And then to round out this area, I would probably try and throw another one of those uplights kind of under the window here, so that it kind of washes this area. And the reason for that too is, 1, the reflective light, you'd have the consistency on kind of the window frames popping. And if you don't, this tends to be a dark spot and it just looks a little funny. And then again, you know, we have our path light here. You have a path light here, and this is where you might add like 2 path and garden lights along here as well, just to help round out the pathway. So maybe 6 of those in total. And then on the front of the house here, what I would do is kind of the same theme we've done over here, except on this, instead of doing it on the sides, you could do it here and here and kind of light these areas. But I think to match up with this, what I'd probably do is I'd probably have one kind of more on the corner underneath the windows that are shining up, so that you're really, again, washing the nice rock face that you have here and getting that trim and getting that reflective light back down in the beds. I don't think I would necessarily put any path and garden lighting on this side. Save some money. I think you're going to get a good value out of using those uplights there. And then if you wanted to round things out, this is where I might throw like another uplight kind of over on this side, really, so it's lighting it a little bit more from this angle, so that as you're going around the house, you've really got a full, call it 270-degree view of lighting around the house. And then lastly, on this section here, what I would do is, and it really depends. I mean, I'm still a fan of using more uplights, and you know, here's a similar scenario. Obviously this one's a lot higher, but even though there's not a lot there, just adding those couple lights, getting it to that top soffit, having it glow, and because for your house you're going to have that second peak, I think it might be a nice balance just to have, like, you know, maybe 2 uplights along this side. You're not trying to highlight the you know, the plugs or the air conditioner or any of that kind of stuff. You're really just trying to extend that visual lighting effect around the side of the house. But I think at least doing that second peak would be nice. And then if you didn't want to do the uplighting and kind of round it out, then this is where maybe you just throw a couple of path and garden lights in this area just to kind of create some light. But I think to keep the theme consistent, 1 or 2 uplights along this side would look really good. And the nice thing too is that with any of our kits that you buy, they always come with this Instalight, which is this battery pack that you can actually just go plug all those lights that I just talked about into, and you can actually go and place them in different areas and see what's going to look best. So before you go make anything permanent, you can kind of go see how everything's going to look. So it's something that really helps with the design element. You can play around on the website, add the different lights to your kit. You'd easily be able to fit all those lights I talked about on a transformer kit like this with 250 feet of wire. But if you have any questions or need any help, we can definitely put something together for you too. So thanks again for your pictures, and we will talk to you soon. Just another cool example. If you can see this top peak here, where we used a couple gutter mounts and just focused them in on that top peak. Really turns out second story peaks, definitely something you want to focus on if you can get the lights up there. Definitely brings your landscape lighting plan to the next level. We'll take a quick look at the cottage here. You know, nighttime pictures never quite do it justice. I think the only thing we're missing that I would add here is on the front porch, we're going to put a little downlight there to highlight it, but I think the light in the two sides of the windows was nice, create some symmetry. We're just missing a little bit of a dark spot in the middle there, and then as we kind of go around the side, we only use 6 lights on this guy, which is nice, but we just kind of highlight it again around the side here. Just to give a little bit, and as it gets darker, you really be able to see the subtleties in the light. A little bit higher up is just tough to see right now, and then again by the entrance, we did the same thing over on this side, and I think everything turned out really nice. Very subtle lighting, but just enough to make it pop so that you can kind of see it from a distance. And then we'll show you the driveway here again as we get a little bit better light as it gets a little bit darker here.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys got some great do-it-yourself landscape lighting tips. Now, please be sure to go to our website at lightingdoctor.ca and check out our how-to page. It's full of great resources from our podcast to our video to our most frequently asked questions. And also check out our Try It Before You Buy It light, where you can actually go now and get one of our premium quality uplights and a King Innovation Insta-Light, which is basically a battery pack now that allows you to go and run those lights and test them out on your property. Try it for 14 days. If you don't love it, send it back to us and we'll give you a full refund. And if not, you keep the light at a discounted rate and go and buy what you need for your project. So thanks again for watching. Please be sure to leave us a comment. We'd love your feedback and have a great day.